For those that don't know, Elise and Mike really got to know each other when they were in the musical one year, and they were actually dance partners. And at the end of one scene, they had a choreographed stage kiss that they were supposed to hold. But, you know, during the last show, Mike just happened to forget to do the stage kiss, and he gave Elise a real kiss instead.
He was supposed to have his hands on my face and kiss his thumbs, and he just kind of forgot to put his thumbs there one day.
I accidentally slipped and kissed her on the lips, and so technically that was my first kiss, actually, on accident.
We're not totally sure this would still fly today in 2019, but it was 2006, so that was still a pretty cool move back then.
Were there sparks then?
She would say no.
No. I was more like, oh my God.
Today's date is April 6th, 2019.
Why is that date so important?
Easter's around the corner.
My birthday's in 2 days.
Because Elise is getting married today. It's our wedding day.
I'm getting married.
Right now we're at the Holiday in Mart Plaza. We all just got our hair and makeup done. We're just getting dresses on. All of our family is here. Our friends are here. We've been having a blast, so I'm just excited for today.
Elise is an amazing friend. She's super thoughtful. We've actually lived apart from each other for the last 10 years, and she's still managed to keep in touch.
I can just have a good time with her anytime, be myself.
She's always there for me. She gives me the best advice.
She's fantastic. I love her.
She's like the glue that holds our family together. I don't know, she's just so special.
Oh, Michael, I let Sharon think about that one.
He's a piece of work.
My favorite thing about Mike is he's funny. I always laugh when I'm with Mike.
That's it, just like that.
It's like grammar school.
He was a cheerleader, so I like to make fun of him for that.
But it makes him so lovable. I think that's what made me like him the most at first.
He was the captain of cheerleading too.
It's a good fun
Just
fact.
picturing him throwing volley up in the air. Oh, so sweet.
Michael's a very driven young man. He spent most of his life working really hard.
He's a stand-up guy, so he's always there. I know I can always count on him.
I think we'll keep him. Yeah, I think we like him.
I think something that Elise likes about Mike and that we all like about Mike is that he's from another big Italian family.
Two big families. We're close with both of our families, and they get along, so it makes it really fun.
Maybe even when they disagree at times, how they work it out and talk with each other, and it's very obvious how much they love and respect each other.
They're just fun. I feel like they love food and they love sports and family.
We're thrilled, Elise, for you to join the family. Welcome to the club of the in-laws. It's a good club. We're the best part of the surroundings.
I asked her out, but I had initially asked her sister Allison several times if Elise was single, and she would refuse to answer my question, probably because I'm such a badass, and so she was nervous about me being with her sister. That's what I would imagine.
He kept texting me asking for Elise's number. He was having trouble getting through to me via Allison, so he had to ask me out on Facebook.
So finally, she wouldn't give me her number, and I had to ask on Facebook, which was super embarrassing. But Elise said yes. We went on our first date, so here we are.
You're so small. I know, there's a lot of dress here. Okay. So our first date, he had been living outside of the city, so he asked me to pick a restaurant, and so I picked an Italian restaurant because I figured we could both eat there, it will be fine.
So that's where we went on our first date, was Angelina's. It's in Lakeview, which is where Elise lived. So when it came time to ask her to marry me, I wanted to go back there and then kind of take her back to her apartment afterwards, because that's where we had our first kiss after our first date, because I'm awesome like that.
So people always ask, oh, did you know? And I was like, not really, because we would go back there.
And so we went to dinner, and it was great, and we walked back to her place, and I was going to kiss her, which is what we always did, except this time I asked her to marry me instead. She said yes.
up in a family with 3 girls, Allison and I ended up being very similar. Elise, on the other hand, has always been unique in our family for many reasons.
She always seemed to have a very clear plan for her life, what she wanted to do, where she wanted to be. She always seemed to know how things would turn out for her. However, with all of Elise's planning, her relationship with Mike turned out to be the best surprise of all.
My privilege to welcome all of you to this wonderful day. It's also a privilege for me. Elise and Michael were at St. Viator High School when I was there, and I promised them that I would tell no high school stories. I really am not here to give advice to you two. You knew that you would do this together. They believe in the power of love, and so we are here today to tell you that we bless that love. Wherever the journey of your married life takes you, the wonderful moments of happiness and joy, commit to each other that you will work at your love for each other each day. Since it is your intention to enter into marriage, join your right hands.
I, Michael, take you, Elise, to be my wife.
I, Elise, take you, Michael, to be my husband.
I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor you.
I will love you and honor you.
All the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
It's my privilege to introduce to you for the first time as husband and wife, Elise and Michael Sobrano.
Cubs or Sox?
I am a Cubs fan. Her family does not want to talk about that.
It's a whole thing, but we're getting through it.
Cubs or Sox?
Cubs, all the way. Sorry, Elise.
Oh, White Sox all the way. White Sox all the way.
Texas Rangers.
We don't know what sports those are.
They're all Sox fans, which doesn't make any sense. Like, we did not grow up on the South Side.
We both really like baseball. I just don't wear Cubs stuff. He doesn't wear White Sox stuff. It works out just fine.
One thing that both the Cataldos and the Cerrones have in common is that we really love a good party. Anytime that we've accomplished something really great in our lives, we seem to always end up celebrating with a few too many drinks and some drunk dancing. Tonight is the biggest celebration in both of our lives, and so we look forward to seeing all of you on the dance floor with a drink in hand.
And give it up for our bride and girl, Michael and Elise Cerrone.
The most dramatic fight that I know of in their relationship started when Mike would refuse to allow Elise to store her postage stamps in the same location. That was the biggest fight.
One other thing, Elise, I also wanted to congratulate you because you probably don't realize this, but you actually accomplished the goal that many guys in this room have probably fantasized about. You're marrying a college cheerleader. So congratulations to you.
Michael, I know you expect me to give you some snarky comments about your sports team. I'm not going to say a word, I promise. There's so many things that go through my mind and emotions that go through my heart, Elise, when I think of you and all the years that we have shared with you. It's just wonderful to spend today with you and to see your smile, because your smile, dimples and all, light up a room when you walk into it. Every time I see it, it reminds me of your mother's smile on our wedding day. So it's been beautiful to be with you today.
Both of us knew from the very beginning that we would likely be speaking to you today. I actually made a bet with Elise a couple weeks into her relationship with Mike that she would marry him. She never paid up, so you still owe me $50. Venmo's fine. But they really are a perfect match. They work as a team. They share the same values. They always put their families first. They're caring and dedicated friends. They're both incredibly driven and ambitious. And no matter what happens, at the end of the day, they always encourage each other to be the best possible versions of themselves.
I made a scrapbook of things I had collected since we started dating. I think she has no idea that I had been saving that stuff, so she should be pretty surprised about it.
As Father Egan said earlier today, you guys are really talented, great individuals, but together you're even better. And if you just keep in perspective that you guys are better as a pair, you're going to be a power couple for the rest of your lives.
She's smart, and she's kind, and she's pretty, and she's awesome.
He just makes me feel loved every single day. I just feel so lucky to have found someone that I feel totally myself with, and I just get to spend the rest of my life with them.
Mike and Elise, may your marriage and your life be like good wine, tasty, sharp, and clear. And like good wine, may it improve with every passing year. Cheers. We love you. Cheers.
Please join us in raising your glasses and a toast to the newlyweds. As our great-grandfather used to say, always better, never worse.